This level of pattern recognition was so insane that Netero, a veteran of about 100 years of Nen combat, states that Meruem's pattern recognition was basically the same thing as seeing into the future. Hey, what's up everybody? It's LeeLos, and today we're talking about why Gon versus Meruem is obvious. Stay steady in pursuit of your dreams and goals. You're born to win, you're made for greatness, and I definitely believe in you guys. Keep up the great work each and every day. So, Gon versus Meruem is a battle between two monsters, both containing potential so unnaturally insane that they're both destined to tower over the rest of the Hunter x Hunter verse. Today we're going to analyze every single power-up and ability these two titans receive to find out overall who is more powerful than who between these two characters. To start the video off, we have the Adult Gon transformation that absolutely obliterated Pitou versus the Meruem that battled Netero. There's a lowball and highball interpretation of Adult Gon's power based on differences in translation between the anime and manga. The anime states that Adult Gon, the moment he transforms, just standing there, is already equal in power to Meruem. Prior to transforming, Kid Gon's Rock Hatsu was stated to be dozens of times stronger than his normal punches. Applying the same multiplier to Adult Gon, that means Adult Gon would become dozens of times more powerful than Meruem the moment he uses his Hatsu Rock. The manga, on the other hand, states that Adult Gon, just standing there, is so powerful that his fangs may reach the king. This wording is more vague than the anime, but the highball interpretation of this statement is that Adult Gon is strong enough to severely damage and possibly even kill Meruem even without using his Hatsu abilities, and the lowball interpretation is that Adult Gon is several to dozens of times weaker than Meruem in base form, and the only way Gon could severely damage or potentially kill Meruem is when Gon is using his Hatsu abilities. The following battle with Pitou, however, shows us that the lowball interpretation is far less likely than the highball interpretation. That is because Adult Gon instantly punches a hole in post-mortem Nen Pitou's chest, and Gon does this without even using his Hatsu abilities. To put that into perspective, Pitou is the oldest and potentially the strongest of the Royal Guard, with power so massive that Pitou took zero notable damage from getting slapped by Netero's Buddha hand, and was outright stated to be stronger than Netero before Netero began training again in preparation for Meruem. And Pitou was shown to be strong enough to survive an attack from Meruem even though Meruem was trying to kill Pitou. Post-mortem Nen Pitou is significantly more powerful than the original Pitou and is stated to have amplified aura increased by the post-mortem Nen. And Gon was so powerful he instantly one-shot decimated post-mortem Nen Pitou while Gon was still in base form. Gon decimating a powered-up post-mortem Nen Pitou this easily heavily implies that Gon was intentionally holding back against Pitou so that Pitou would suffer. This is essentially confirmed with the final rock attack done by Adult Gon. It's significantly larger and more powerful than all the previous rock attacks, and he completely obliterates post-mortem Pitou with raw aura alone. All this being said, a middle ground estimation for Adult Gon's power is the most logical, meaning Adult Gon is very close in power to Meruem in base form, with the slight advantage going to Meruem, but then Gon becomes many to dozens of times stronger than Meruem while using his Hatsu abilities. So how would this middle ground estimation of Adult Gon do battling against base form Meruem? Meruem, the king of the Chimera Ants, was so powerful that he easily defeated the chairman and leader of the entire Hunter organization, Netero, after just fighting him for a few minutes, and Meruem does this while holding back massively. The gap in power between Meruem and Netero was so gigantic that the narrator states Netero versus Meruem was like a baby trying to knock a full-grown man unconscious in a fist fight. Basically, it was absolutely impossible for Netero to win. The only reason why the fight doesn't end instantly with Meruem's first attack is because Netero is a Nen master stated to have millions of flawless attack combinations, each one with speed relative to, if not surpassing, Meruem's speed, and Meruem agrees to defeat Netero without killing him, meaning for Meruem to defeat Netero, he has to accurately predict Netero's next move among millions of possible possible attack patterns. He then has to avoid hitting any openings that would kill Netero and land non-lethal attacks on Netero at the same time. To put into perspective how much this forces Meruem to hold back, Meruem states, defeating Netero without killing him is like playing Gungi without a rook or bishop, meaning Meruem versus Netero was the same thing as playing a strategy game 3 times harder than chess while missing 2 of your strongest pieces and still absolutely dominating your opponent. Despite this massive advantage being given to Netero, Meruem is so powerful that he has fun and views this battle as a game. Meruem then, after only being hit by a few thousand of Netero's attack combinations, has already figured out and accurately predicted the remaining unseen millions of Netero's attack combinations that Netero still has in store, and proceeds to rip Netero's arm and leg off within minutes of the fight starting. This level of pattern recognition was so insane that Netero, a veteran of about 100 years of Nen combat, states that Meruem's pattern recognition was basically the same thing as seeing into the future. Gon being a character with at most a few hundred attack combinations, if he were to fight this same base form Meruem would learn all of Gon's possible attack patterns after trading attacks for a few seconds, and then Meruem would dominate Gon the rest of the fight from that point onwards. At this point, Gon, being the actual crazy person that he is, would willingly take fatal damage just to land one single rock attack on Meruem. This is 100% in character for Gon to do, as he does a very similar thing versus Genthru, where he lets his arms get blown off just to land an attack on Genthru. Seeing how an attack like this goes outside the lines of reason and common sense, it's likely that this would work on Meruem. Either way, the fight between Adult Gon and Meruem is most likely to end every time with Gon dead and Meruem near death. One rock from Adult Gon, while he wasn't even at full power, broke Pito's face and knocked Pito unconscious. A full power rock might not kill Meruem, but it would severely damage him many times more than the Zero Hand did, but less than the Rose Bomb. Zero Hand barely surpassed Meruem's Nen defense, giving him just surface level scratches, heavily implying that the Zero Hand wasn't even twice as powerful as Meruem. Meanwhile, Gon's full power rock scales to being dozens of times stronger than Meruem, meaning Gon's full power rock scales above Netero's Zero Hand as well. So Meruem would be near death and Gon would be dead just about every single time these two battle. Now, how would a true Adult Gon do against Meruem? True Adult Gon is Gon Freaksis if he reached his full potential naturally over the course of several decades of training and battle experience. The big difference is that true Adult Gon would be a Nen master with the wisdom of a veteran hunter, and this would be stacked on top of the insane power stats Gon already displayed when he destroyed Pito. There's a lot of ways true Adult Gon could be much more powerful than the Adult Gon transformation we were shown, but the biggest power-up true Adult Gon would likely receive is a true conditional Nen ability. Netero, an enhancer just like Gon, shows his conditional Nen ability was Zero Hand. Zero Hand with one attack did far more damage than thousands of Netero's Hatsu Buddha Hand strikes, showing us that Zero Hand is in the range of being exponentially to thousands of times stronger than Netero's original Buddha Hand Hatsu. Considering that Gon, even as a child in the data books, is already stated to have potential on the same tier as Netero, and the only other characters with max level potential stats are the Royal Guard. Not even Killua reaches this tier of potential according to the data books. This heavily implies a true Adult Gon would have a conditional Nen ability in the range of exponentially to thousands of times stronger than his rock ability. Seeing how Adult Gon's rock already scales to being several to dozens of times stronger than Meruem, a true Adult Gon with a conditional Nen ability would destroy Meruem, similar to the Rose Bomb. Uvojin is an enhancer with not even a fraction of Gon's potential, and his goal was to make his punch as powerful as an atomic bomb. So true Adult Gon's conditional Nen ability, scaling to being relative to the Rose Bomb, is very likely, and may even scale slightly above it. So a true Adult Gon scales above base form Meruem and wins 100% of the time using his conditional Nen ability. But how would true Adult Gon do against post-Rose Meruem? Post-Rose Meruem is Meruem who absorbs 70% of the aura from Poof and Yuppie and adds it on top of his own power. Meruem is in the range of being 2 to 3 times stronger than the Royal Guard, scaling off of him narratively being stronger than each one individually, and potentially being strong enough to kill all 3 of them at the same time, meaning even with 70% of Poof and Yuppie's aura, at most, Meruem would have only gotten twice as much aura as he had before, but would also have mental manipulation powers and the ability to fly and shoot laser cannons. Even with these additional powers, a 2 times multiplier is not enough to protect Meruem from true Adult Gon's conditional Nen ability, which would scale to being exponentially stronger than an attack that was already dozens of times stronger than base form Meruem. If Meruem can keep long distance and wear Gon down with long range attacks, he can win. But if Gon lands his conditional Nen ability, then Gon would win. All that being said, post-Rose Meruem would ultimately have more win conditions than true Adult Gon. Throughout the entirety of Meruem's lifespan, he never even once developed a unique Hatsu ability. He was so powerful that he dominated the entire verse without Hatsu and more or less was just using the basics of advanced Nen combat. And we saw Pito developed a Hatsu, the instant Pito thought of a Hatsu ability. It implies Meruem is capable of doing the same thing, developing a Hatsu or a conditional Nen that makes him massively more powerful than true Adult Gon and just one-shots him. Furthermore, Meruem has aura synthesis, meaning he absorbs aura from eating other Nen users and adds their power on top of his own. So if Meruem rips Gon's arm off and eats it, he would get an additional power-up and may start using Gon's Hatsu abilities even better than Gon does. By combining all of this with long-range attacks and mental manipulation, post-Rose Meruem is just simply more likely to win than true Adult Gon. True Adult Gon has one win condition, which is landing his conditional Nen ability. Meanwhile, post-Rose Meruem has numerous win conditions to choose from. Therefore, post-Rose Meruem on paper is just more likely to win than true Adult Gon would be. That's everything I wanted to say. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.